So tell us what is the story of the film? What are you telling? These guys haven't seen it.
Sneakerheadz is an examination of a subculture. And it's one that I had no idea was so rampant and so dense. It's all about the people who camp out for new kicks and the people who design them and the people who are passionate collectors. And this goes around the world. So one of the great things about sneakers is, I might not speak Japanese, but we're in Tokyo doing a piece about some avid collectors, and we're comparing notes on some Nike sneaker, and I don't speak Japanese, they don't speak English, but everybody understands the swoosh.
Amazing. So Mick, tell us, this is your first film. You guys co-directed, is that right?
David and I co-directed together. So David's background's obviously in film producing. My background's in music video directing. So I sort of brought the eye and the youth to it, and he sort of brought the journalistic side to it, and we partnered fantastically. It was a great collaborative effort. I learned so much from him. He's obviously such a huge figure in the film business, so for me to be able to work with him as a young guy was really a blast.
Were you traveling all over the place to sort of do interviews with?
Yeah, we did about 8 trips, about a week long each. We were in Tokyo, as he said, New York, Boston, Miami, Portland, up where Nike and Adidas are headquartered, Houston, a lot of filming in Los Angeles, up and around Fairfax, which is called The Block, where all the sneaker shops are. So we were pretty much everywhere.
Were you like a sneaker aficionado?
I think David was more of an aficionado before.
How many pairs of sneakers do you have?
Well, I have about 120 in my house, but that wouldn't even show up in the movie. That wouldn't even qualify if somebody said, you should interview this guy, has 120 pairs of sneakers, wouldn't make the grid. But the funny thing is,
what would be more like
we have people
remarkable
in the movie. Wale, who's a major hip-hop star, has 5,000 there in 4 different houses. And we actually asked him, well, how come you don't have them all in one place? And he said, well, I'd probably have a panic attack if they were all in one house. So he's got
meaning like he has to make sure that they're if one house burns down, that he still has some of his sneaker collection.
Right. So I don't.
Does he wear them? What is this for?
Here, here's the thing about sneakerheads. They, one to rock, one to stock. So one to wear, one to put away for a rainy day. And there's a lot of with somebody like him, but a lot of collectors do resale on eBay. So they pick up a limited edition shoe at 8 o'clock in the morning, on a Saturday, and 3 hours later they're able to sell it for twice as much on eBay. That's a lot of the camp out phenomenon.
So this was news to you. You didn't know about this.
I knew about the subculture, absolutely, but until you really dive into it and start scratching the surface at every area, you really don't know. But I always joke with David that I had probably 15 to 20 pairs going into the project, and now there's no room to walk around in my apartment because there's sneakers just scattered throughout the floor. So it's fun.
Well, okay, so you've made good friends up at Nike and Adidas, I'm sure.
But we have to make this point. We remain agnostic, and I'm serious about this. We do not favor one brand over another. There are literally hundreds of very cool sneakers. In Japan, they're way into ASICS. In the Boston area, it's New Balance. In New York, you can see a lot of Adidas, but we had to remain neutral on everything. There are certain things that I like personally, but it was important for the film to treat all sneakers equally. And I mean that.
Okay. I'm sorry for laughing. I just...
it's important to us anyway.
No. I totally get it. In that subculture, you really need to keep your reputation
agnostic.
Intact.
That's the word I use.
Okay. And so what are your hopes? Would you like to see this film? It doesn't feel like a theatrical film so much.
No, it's
it feels
look, we're down here. Our sales agents, our Submarine, who did Searching for the Sugar Man, we've gotten
those are the best.
A ton of interest from a variety of places. International sales have been brisk. And now
you haven't even screened yet.
No, we haven't even screened. And now we're trying to figure out, and this is a great question you ask, are we theatrical with SV? Are we theatrical?
SVOD.
Do we go straight to iTunes? All these options are out there. And because the movie was made for so little, all of them could work. And
find it as a business model.
Yeah, but we're the creative side. It's not up to us to figure that out.
Well, what's your?
Involved.
Well, how do you? Yeah, but
what do I want?
Yeah, you are.
What we want is the most people to be able to see it.
Yeah, but the most people to see it is not theatrical. You know that.
Right.
That is not the most people.
I don't think it is, but theatrical can help drive the digital. And that's what they're telling us. If you got a couple of weekends somewhere, it can help drive the digital. But I think the most people will see this is on something like Netflix or iTunes or a service or Vimeo, where tons of people come to watch documentaries, and we're fine with that. We made it in a way where if you see it on a computer, it still looks great.
Or if you see it on a phone.
Well, yeah,
Like people,
tougher,
you're going to want.
It looks fine.
Yeah, but you want people to see it, and you know that the people who are excited to see this film are going to be the kind of people who are watching on their phone. They're young people,
Exactly.
and they're.
And we're ready for that. We shot, for example, to answer that specifically. There's we laugh. We call it shoe porn, but we shot a ton of micro shots of sneakers up very close where you can see the stitching and the logo and everything, and that kind of stuff will work fine on a phone.
Shoe porn. I get that.
Lots of shoe porn.
A lot of inside jokes on that one.
Yeah.